Hey guys, it's Nick here, and it's World Cerebral Palsy Day 2017, hence why I'm wearing green, which I think you can just about see. I wanted to make a video to mark World Cerebral Palsy Day, and I didn't know what, and then my lovely friend Leah suggested that I make a misconceptions tag. Leah also has a YouTube channel, so go and check her out. I had a quick look and I didn't see anything like this, like the kind of tag that I wanted to create, so I thought I would make one, but apologies if you've already done something like this and I haven't found it. I'm not trying to steal your idea. Without further ado, we might as well start. So the first question, and possibly the most obvious question, is what is your disability and how does it impact on you? My disability is cerebral palsy, sometimes called cerebral palsy, either pronunciation is fine, and it impacts on my movement and my mobility. So for me, it affects both of my legs and my left arm and hand. I never leave the house without either my walking frame, Ivy, or my wheelchair, Agatha. The second question is, what is the most common misconception that you come up against with your disability? And for me, this is an interesting question because I'm a part-time wheelchair user, but for the majority of the time I use my walking frame, and when I use my wheelchair it's usually down to personal choice because I'm in a lot more pain than usual or whatever, and the common misconceptions change depending on whether I'm in my walking frame or my wheelchair. When I'm out in my wheelchair, I think the definite misconception is that I maybe can't walk, or I can't walk up and down the stairs, and this used to really upset me, but now it doesn't bother me. And when I'm on my walking frame, I think the misconception is that I can't walk as far as I actually can. The third question is, which misconception annoys you the most? And the one that annoys me the most, and that I find the most degrading by far, is that people think I am incapable of having sex, which might sound really silly to some of you thinking, well, why would she not be able to? But this is a ridiculously common question that my boyfriend and I of 9 years get asked all the time, including by strangers. It's getting to the point now where I feel really upset for him that he is constantly asked by strangers whether or not he can have sex with his girlfriend. It annoys me when people ask me too, but I always feel like it would be worse for him in a way. And shameless self-plug, I have just written a guest post for the charity Scope on this topic and how society's attitudes to sex with disabilities need to change. There will be a link in the description, and they have not paid me for that post or to plug that post. So the fourth question is, do you do anything to combat these misconceptions? And I guess I do, in the fact that obviously I'm here making YouTube videos and I have a written blog, and the one for me was that I never wanted to discuss the sex question before, because suddenly when you're disabled it's like people aren't okay with the simple answers. They want explanation and examples, and I don't want to do that because my boyfriend and I have been together since I was 17, and I'm very open about the fact that he is my only sexual partner, and I don't think it's fair on him to sort of discuss things too much. But equally, I am trying my best to break down this misconception that quite often makes me feel like less of a human being when the tabloids come out with headlines like taboo or secrets or, you know, any of those other things that make it sound like something really bizarre. The last question, because I want to keep this tag short, is what more do you think can be done to tackle the misconceptions surrounding your disability? And I don't mean that you can do personally, I mean society as a whole. So for example, I went to a mainstream school full of mostly able-bodied kids, and disability was never once mentioned in our sex and relationships education. If it isn't on the national curriculum already, I don't know if it is or not, but I would love to see more of that teaching going on in schools, because I firmly believe that the education lies as much within telling able-bodied people that it is possible to have sex with a disabled person, so that they don't need to ask these questions, and eventually disabled people like myself at 17 might not have to Google, can someone with cerebral palsy have sex? So that was the last question I had for this tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I am now going to tag a couple of people. I am going to tag my friend Dean from Dispatches with Dean. I am going to tag Emily from Fashionista, and I'm going to tag Jessica, whose surname I am not going to attempt to pronounce because I'm going to get it horrifically wrong and probably really offend you, but I will leave links to all of these people down in the description, and also a link to Leah, whose idea it was to create this tag. That's it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Bye!